you didn't just come into the program, you were a boarder. So you kind of have like the inside leg into life at Leatherman Lane.
I do, but I honestly didn't even like know a lot about the program when I was a boarder. Like I kind of just did my own thing and didn't know about the program. So I almost wish I had known when I was a boarder.
Well, and honestly, a lot of our boarders don't know. I mean, a few of them I've worked with, and a few of them knew about it, but it just kind of really evolved more from our lease program than anything. It's not like this is something that we've been doing for a long time. I've been working with women for a long time. But as far as grounded horsemanship, that really started when Lori came to the barn, you know? So, I mean, a little over a year ago.
Wow.
Maybe I should have mentioned it when you were working with Coco, you know? I don't know. But you guys kind of had your own thing and your own groove. And, I mean, you knew where I was if you needed anything. And it was kind of cool to watch you with her anyway. Because, you know, when you guys first got here, she was pretty skinny and you weren't riding.
Yeah.
You know, so to see you go from that to actually riding her was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool for me. I hadn't ridden her in several years, really. Even when she was doing better, I was just worried because she was so fragile and everything, but she started to look so much better.
She really did. It's amazing what a little food can do, huh?
Yeah, and I think that was great, especially for her last year. So this was a really good place for her to be.
Yeah.
So.
And I know that was a huge loss for you.
Yeah.
A loss for our barn and our barn family, but for you, I know on like such a huge personal level was difficult. So to have you reach out and say, okay, I don't think I'm ready to own a horse yet, but I'm not ready to be done with him yet either. It was really good. And I shared that with our barn family that, hey, Genevieve might be coming back, you know, around the barn, and everybody was so excited to hear that because it is hard. You know, I lost my Mikey D. I get that love of horses, but I'm not ready to be around them, you know? So, and I feel like you bounced back pretty quickly. I mean, considering where it was a mental case for too long. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I really tried.
You did great.
So far, I'm really enjoying it. I think that it's kind of different for me because I've never really done this type of like groundwork training. So I think it's really useful and it's giving me a lot of skills that I can continue using, especially like at work.
Yeah.
Now I know how to properly tie a rope halter. That's like the simplest thing.
Right? That's a big one, honestly, for I think every woman that's come into this program to go, oh yeah, even the ones I've used rope halters before and they do it, and I go, cool, let me show you the right way to do that. You know, and it is. And if you Google it or whatever, there is a right and a wrong way to tie it. And it's important that even if it's worked forever for someone that has used them, that they know the right way to tie it and the why behind it. So yeah, I'm glad that you're able to take some of this and use it there as well. Yeah. And hopefully it's giving you a little more confidence, in your job.
I have to lead 2 horses at a time, which is kind of difficult. So it's also helping to try to send them out of the gate instead of like having 2 and there's more horses still in the gate, and it's just it's helping a lot with that, I think. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, and that can be stressful getting one horse out of the gate with multiple horses there. Luke, you are not helping, buddy. Okay, knock it off. This naughtiness right now, I just corrected him once. If he starts again, unfortunately for him, he's going to work. Yeah. He has the opportunity to stand here and not burn any calories and have a nice little nap. So he needs to stand here, back up, like a gentleman, right? He can stand here and take a nap. He can stand here and watch the other horses. He can stand here and watch us. His call. But what he can't do is come into my space without me asking him, because that's just rude, like he's probably about to do. Or walk off, or paw, or do anything disrespectful. Anytime that the halter's on the horse, hey, back up. We're in a lesson. Whether I'm just leading him over to do something or anything's going on, if this is on, I'm in control of his feet. So that's important for you to be aware of, and something that you're learning in the round pen. When we're just standing there talking, you're still in control of his feet, right?
I'm like generally a very quiet,
you really are.
Not super, I mean, I wouldn't say I like don't have confidence, but I'm just like a lot quieter with everything I do. So I think that it's helping me to be a little bit more assertive just in life in general. Yeah.
We don't let you stay quiet long around here, sorry. We'll pull you right out of your shell and put you to work, which I love. I love that. But you're very quiet. You're very soft-spoken. I don't let a lot of people work with my horse. Luke is my personal horse.
Yeah.
So I will use him for an assessment just because I know, back up, that you're not going to have to chase him to catch him. And I know what he's like. He's pretty much a dog that just looks like a horse. So I can assess you, or whoever the new person coming into the program is, kind of how they interact with the horse and how he is with them. And it lets me just kind of focus on the new person coming into this program. And then say, okay, I think you would be a good fit for Foxy, or for Obi, or for Samson. But that assessment tells me who to match the person with so that they have a leg up, the best foot forward in this program, right? You don't want to put a horse and a human together that aren't a good mix. And I've done that before, right? Where I thought, okay, well, maybe Sky and this person, and they work together, and Sky, who's normally a pretty solid citizen, turned into a fire-breathing dragon, and the energy was just bad, right? And she sent her through the roof, and I went, okay, that's not good. You know, let's try this. Nope, that's not good. It was like third time's a charm. We nailed it, right? This is your horse. And so that worked out well. Back up, please. Thank you. Excuse me. So rude. So you're, to my point, so soft-spoken and so sweet-natured and you know, just such a good soul.
Thanks.
And really Luke is too. I mean, he's a little naughty, but that's just because I don't play with him. That I thought, you know, when we talked about, you know, well, maybe Samson would be good for you because, you know, Samson and Coco were so close. You know, that would probably be a good match. You know, or maybe Sky. And I went, maybe Luke. You know, I feel like the bond is there. The energy match is there. And it seems like you're getting along pretty well with him.
Yeah, I really like Luke. He's a good boy. And I'm excited to get to know him more.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun to see you kind of come out of your shell a little bit with him.
Yeah.
And I know your nature is not to be, you know, assertive. You know, I'm always telling you to channel your inner bitch, which, you know, is a pretty harsh term for someone like you. I feel like I should earmuffs.
Oh, no, it's
you know,
okay.
but I'm excited to see that in you because I know one day he's going to do something wrong and you're going to correct him with that assertiveness and be like, look what she did.
Yeah.
You know, that's exciting. And even today in the round pen, when you got him to yield his hindquarters after just a couple of times, right? That was the first time we had done that exercise and you nailed it, you know? So it's cool to see that side of you, having had you here for so long before, just kind of as the barn owner, and you did your thing, you had your horse, and not really getting to interact with you as much like this, you know, and have that with you. It's neat.
Yeah. I think it's been really cool, and it's also just interesting for me to work with a different type of horse because, like I talked with you about, Coco was just, she was very calm and she didn't really react to anything. She was very desensitized to like everything. So it's cool to do more work and figure some things out. It honestly might have been cool to try this with Coco and see what she would have done.
I know, right? Totally.
Yeah.
We have some boarders here that I've either already worked with or that we're going to work together when the slot opens up. And I'm excited just because, okay, I already know them as part of our barn family and I already know their horse. So to come in without that blank slate, not at ground zero, and be like, okay, I'm here in the middle of the party, let's see what we got. That's exciting too. It's a different program than anything I've ever seen before, just in the fact that it's more than horsemanship, it's more than groundwork, it's human interaction, it's confidence building. It's almost teaching you to be assertive where maybe your nature is not. You know? And you can take that and use that in school and at work and in your relationship, and probably not with your mom, she'd kill me. But you know what I mean? Where these are skills that you need and you can use because the world is harsh. You know, it is not easy. So for you to be able to channel some of that and maybe stand up for yourself a year or 5 years down the road because of the stuff that you've learned here, I think that's going to be really good for you. Really good for you. I'm excited to be a part of that.
Thank you. Me too. I really appreciate everything. Even just in a few weeks, I feel like I've learned a lot.
I feel like you have.
I can't wait to see, like, once I spend more time here and get further, how it will change my horsemanship and just in general how I am.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's going to be good. Right, Luke?